Of the dogs that we've had on the show today, Flynn is one that's been on the adoption floor the longest. Although he still is not one of our longest residents. He's only been with us since the beginning of March. He's about 1 to 2 years old, and he is a pit bull mix. He is quickly becoming one of the staff favorites just because he's such an easygoing dog. Can be a little bit shy, but you have the dogs that are always super excited and kind of trying to get out and jumping all over you, and when you're putting the food bowl down, they're rushing the food bowl, and that's not really Flynn's deal. He's a very kind of calm guy. Takes treats nicely, knows how to sit, walks nicely on his leash, which, when you have a lot of really rambunctious dogs, it's nice to have one that's a little bit calmer and more relaxed in the day, and he's definitely that. But he does take a little bit of time to warm up. Just like all of the other dogs on the floor today. But as you can see, Sean mentioned that he didn't really want to come to him, and now he's like, oh yes, please rub me, I like this, giving him sad puppy dog eyes. So he does pretty quickly turn around, especially if there's food involved. Many of our shy dogs can be won over with some pepperoni, or if you're really feeling like you want them to be your best friend, some string cheese, peanut butter, all the good stuff. He does have a little bit of an ear infection that we've been treating him for, which can be part of the reason why he's maybe a little bit more reluctant, doesn't want people to touch that. Sometimes it can be painful. He does have a little bit of dandruff, so some nice medicated baths can help clear that up. But overall, he's a really nice dog. He enjoys affection, he's relaxed, doesn't have any issues with food guarding, does well with the other dogs. He's just super tolerant to handling and things like that for his vet checks. So he's going to be a great addition to any household. And unlike the majority of the dogs on the adoption floor today, there are no age restrictions on the family that, in terms of children, that can adopt Flynn. So if you have younger kids and you're looking for a dog, then maybe Flynn might be one of the ones that you want to check out.
So Flynn likes people, but it is noted he can be a little anxious at times. So what can a potential adopter do so his anxiety doesn't increase in a house?
Absolutely. So we have him on some Composure, which is just like a supplement to kind of help keep him a little bit calmer. So there's things like that you can get over the counter at the pet store that can be helpful. You can always talk to your vet about whether or not he might need something else. And it's possible that it could just be kennel issues, and it's not going to be something that he would have in a home. But it is fairly common for dogs leaving a shelter environment to have a little bit of kind of isolation anxiety when they get into a new home. So doing some research, being prepared on what to do, and just making sure that he has a set routine and he kind of knows what's going on, and avoiding those dramatic comings and goings. If you do the big goodbye every time you leave the house, and then you do the big hello every time you come home, that kind of sets into the dog's mind like, why is this such a big deal that they're leaving? Should I be nervous about it? So if you just kind of put them in their crate or whatever, give them a nice Kong before you leave and then go, they're like, oh, it's not a big deal. And then you come home relaxed, wait till they're calm, kind of let them out of the crate, then they're going to continue that. So those are a couple of things, but if you're noticing a larger issue, then you definitely want to talk to your vet or your trainer. But it is not an uncommon thing to see in a shelter dog. If you are interested in Flynn, you want to take that first step to making him part of your family by booking an appointment to visit him. You can do that by going to visitfcac.as.me.